With that example in mind, let's try to figure out how do we decide which position to adopt. Are we going to be fatalists? Are we going to be determinists? Are we going to be libertarians? Are we going to be compatibilists? Well, let's think about it. The goals of philosophical inquiry are to, well, acquire true beliefs. We want to believe the true thing. Well, wait a second. That looks like it's pretty easy, right? Because if we believe absolutely everything, among the things that we believe are going to be true things. For example, if we believe that determinism, fatalism, libertarianism, and compatibilism are all true, that kind of exhausts the universe of possibilities, all the possibilities. So if we believe all of those things, we're going to believe the truth. But the limiting factor in philosophical inquiry, I think in all inquiry, but certainly in philosophy, is that we have a goal of avoiding false beliefs. And we know that if we believe all those things, we're believing mostly false beliefs, since there are more than two of them. It's less than a 50-50 chance that all of them are true. Okay, so the issue that we're dealing with is how do you balance off these goals? And how do you decide which thing to believe? Now remember, when we got started on the central problems of philosophy, we took a look at Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, where Bill and Ted met Socrates. If you had a lot of fun with it, you can go back and watch it again. Now, if you remember, I can never get those two guys straight, Bill or Ted, not sure who is whom, but the one of them looks at Socrates and says, "All we are is dust in the wind, dude." Now, what exactly does that mean? How does that help you decide? Is that what we're going to do in philosophy? We're going to turn the lights down, and one guy is going to say, everything is determined. And the next guy is going to say, that means we're all subject to the fates. And the next guy is going to say, I believe we have free will. So that can't be right. And the next guy's going to say, you're all right. It's compatible. I mean, that's not a way to proceed. That's not going to give us the answer we're looking for. Well, maybe we can use something else that often is used in elections. Good looks or popularity. We side with the better looking person or the more popular person. Well, maybe that's a way to pick friends. Maybe that's a way to want to be popular. But no, that's not the way to figure out which the beliefs of the beliefs that we have are true and which are false, and which guys' positions are right and wrong. But notice the philosophers are always going to give us arguments, and the arguments are going to decide whether the person's position is acceptable or unacceptable, whether it's correct or not. So does that mean that we're going to decide it's going to be like trial by combat? Whoever wins the arguments, the Bloods and the Crips are going to get together. Whoever wins the fight is right. Well, we got past that many centuries ago, I hope. At least some places. Occasionally, I guess on the streets of New York, things seem to be resolved that way. But that's not the way we resolve things in a rational way. So that's not the answer. So our goal is to end up believing what is most rational or reasonable. Well, how the heck are we going to figure out what's most rational or reasonable for us to believe?